Hi everybody, we're back at Town Hall for tonight's board meeting. Agenda looks kind of light, but if you have any questions during the meeting tonight, just leave them in the comments. I won't be able to respond during the meeting tonight, but if you have any questions for the council members, I'll take it to them afterwards. Okay, we should be starting any minute. Oop.
I'm ready.
I'll call the meeting to order for Town Board Regular Meeting number 4, March 6, 2017. The invocation will be done by Trinity United Methodist Church, Dr. Sun Lee. The pledge will be led by Councilman Michael Madigan. Please rise.
I'm Pastor Song Holly at Trinity United Methodist Church. I have lived in Grand Island 1 year and 8 months, so I'm still learning about this community. Please help me to learn more about this community. It's a great community. And human life is complex. Human community is complex, more than anything else in the universe, including Trinity, Grand Island community. So, please join me in praying and asking God for unity in essentials and harmony in non-essentials, honoring and respecting our differences, and love in all things, so that we may build a wonderful and beautiful community. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. To have comments on agenda items only, please come to the microphone, limit your comments to 2 minutes or less, and state your name. Any comments on the agenda items? Okay, moving on. A public hearing. We've had a public hearing now. I need to approve the bond resolution to increase and improve facilities of the Consolidated Sewer District for 2017. Peter, do we have a resolution to read?
Sure. Resolution is to adopt the resolution and order after public hearing approving the increase and improvement of facilities of the Consolidated Sewer District as distributed to the board.
Is there someone going to make that motion?
I gotta get comments from the public.
Any comments from the public? Oops, my bad. That's your comments from the public. We have to hold.
If there's no comments, you can go ahead and adopt the resolution and order as distributed.
Close the hearing first.
Okay, I will. Do I have to make a motion to close the hearing? Close the hearing. And we'll have the resolution to approve. Is there someone going to entertain that resolution or make that resolution?
So move.
Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Minutes. I'll entertain
There's a second.
the second one. Second resolution, Peter.
The second is the bond resolution.
Second is the actual bond. Okay, we closed the hearing. Now the second is the bond resolution, Peter. Give me a second.
What's what one?
There's two motions for the bond, for the public hearing.
How come?
The first one is the resolution and order after the public hearing approving the increase and improvement of the facilities. And the second one is the actual bond resolution.
Is that distributed?
Yes. And,
I don't see it.
I don't see
yeah,
it.
um,
It's okay. Let's.
sorry, I wasn't here for the
Sorry, we need two of them.
agenda. And then the second one is the bond resolution authorizing the capital improvement projects within the town of Grand Island Sewer District at an estimated maximum cost of $3,320,700, authorizing the issuance of the serial bonds in the aggregate amount principal not to exceed $3,320,700 of the town pursuant to the local finance law.
Okay, I will, then, let's do this. I'll entertain a motion to approve the increase, and then I'll have a second motion to accept the bond resolution. Can we
We've
just
already
do that?
done one.
Which one have we done?
We've done the first one, which is
So-
the,
Just to be official, I think we may need to suspend the rules in order to allow us to do the second motion, because I don't see it in the packet.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. So we're doing this one now, Betty?
yeah, it's this, you already did, and now this one is the one we.
Got it.
Right.
So Councilman Madigan wants to make a motion to suspend the rules because it's not part of the packet.
Correct.
So is there a second? All in favor? Aye. I'll entertain a motion to accept the resolution whereby the town of Grand Island undertakes the construction of certain capital improvements as distributed right now by the town clerk.
I got a question.
Yes.
Actually, it's a Peter question, probably. Peter, if we look at our agenda, it talks about a public hearing for the bond resolution,
Right.
increase and improvement of facilities, but it doesn't talk anything about the bond itself.
Yeah, that's in the resolution
That's
and order
what's
after public hearing, it refers to the same amount, right? So it's the,
Okay, so it's not, we don't have a problem, we don't have to, like, schedule a public hearing, it's all included in the one we just had?
no, yeah, we had the special, so the three steps. Step number one, we held a public hearing.
Yep.
Step number two is to adopt the resolution in order after a public hearing. And third step is the bond resolution itself.
For $3,320,700.
Yeah, good then, I'm
So,
fine.
so entertaining the motion for that right now.
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Thank you.
there we go.
Oh, I put a circle on this. Okay. I'll entertain a motion to accept the past minutes from regular town board meeting number 3 and workshop meetings number 4 and number 5. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Consent agenda. I'll entertain a motion to accept the consent agenda to receive the following: building permits issued in January, facility usage at the Golden Age Center for January, meeting minutes from the Historic Preservation Board for January, meeting minutes from the Planning Board for January, meeting minutes from the Technology Advisory Board for January. Please note that the new name that's the new name of the Cable and Communications Advisory Board, and we'll have it reflected in correspondence going forward. Meeting minutes for the Board of Architectural Review for January, meeting minutes for the Conservation Advisory Board for January, meeting minutes for the Traffic Safety Advisory Board for February. Are there any communications from the town board for the consent agenda? Anything else? I'll entertain a motion to accept this.
so move.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Communications from the Supervisor's Office. I need to appoint a farming-based committee to satisfy an ag and market grant requirement. The following people I will appoint to the Temporary Ag and Market Project Committee: Tommy Thompson, Chris Byer, Sheila Dominski, and Steve Burtz. Jim Sharp will be chairing this committee, as will also feed into the Long Range Planning Committee. Again, the purpose of this committee is to provide data, input, community information regarding farming and agriculture on Grand Island, so we can properly fill out certain grants that we're working on right now. Any questions? Okay. Communication from Councilman Ray Billico.
Yeah, we need to pass the following resolution so that it can be submitted to the, obtain a urban forestry Arbor Day program community grant. It says resolved that Nathan McMurray, town supervisor, or such person's successor, is hereby authorized and directed to file an application for an urban forestry council Arbor Day program community grant in an amount not to exceed $1,000, and upon approval of said request to enter into and execute a project agreement with New York State Department of Environmental Conservation for such financial assistance to the town of Grand Island Arbor Day tree planting program. I make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I also add on this that we should special thanks to Ray Billica and Diane Evans, who does a ton of work for the town behind the scenes. And there's a young lady who's working on this with the two of them, who's working on the equivalent of her Girl Scout, or whatever the equivalent, I should know the name of it. We talked about it earlier. Ray, what's the name of it?
Gold Star?
Gold Award.
Gold
Gold
Award.
Award, which is it's the Eagle Scout for Girl Scouts, if that makes sense. working on this together, so.
Ray,
Thank you, Diane.
do you know that person's name?
The Girl Scout?
Yes.
Diane will. Diane knows everything.
What's the name, Doug?
Jillian Worrell.
Jillian
Gillian Worrell.
Jillian Worrell. Thank you, Diane, for all you do for the town and for your work with Jillian. Communications from engineering, John Whitney. The town needs to update our geographic information system. John got 2 requests and is recommending awarding the project to Bergman Associates, I apologize, in the amount of $14,989. The funds are already approved for the 2017 budget. We just need to give an authorization to sign the professional services agreement.
So move.
Is there a second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. And just as a point there, that was put out to bid and that was a little bit.
Communications from our accountant, Pam Barton. We need to authorize the GI Fire Company length of service awards to be paid to the members listed in our packets. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Communications from our code enforcement, Doug Learman. We need to set a public hearing for the special use permit application for Jonathan and Jennifer Conta of 2420 Love Road for their home occupation as embroidery, silk screening, and fabric sports apparel. I'll entertain a motion to set the public hearing for our next board meeting on March 20th, 2017.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Communications from the planning board. The passing of the solar law was questioned on the basis of procedural basis. The attorneys of the town have assured us the law has passed all necessary procedural requirements. The memo from the planning board is noted and filed. Communications from the Golden Age Club, Barbara Gannon. The Meals on Wheels program has been growing steadily over the last 10 years. This program not only provides nutrition to our seniors who need it, the volunteers do a wellness check at the same time. Barb's asking for an increase in funding for this program. We will add it to our budget discussions, but I'd like to take this moment to say it's a good program. I think it helps a lot of people, and we understand Barb's request. We understand the growth of the program and the need of hungry people on the island.
I'd
Go ahead.
just officially make this a motion that we refer it to the town board and the town accountant.
Sounds good. I'll second the motion. I can second the motion. Any discussion on that point? My mom's one of the volunteers. She is a big fan of that program. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Mike, can you give us a report of the audit committee, please?
I'd like to make a motion to pay the following amounts from the following accounts. General fund, $40,685.60. Highway fund, $52,189.53. Sewer fund, $19,254.60. Water fund, $8,155.62. Capital fund, $94,210.27, and the fire fund, $68.34, for a grand total of $214,563.96.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Unfinished business. The next item is about cost of electricity to the town of Grand Island. We are entering into a contract with the Solar Power Company. There is an estimated approximate savings of $3.6 million over the next 20 years. We need a resolution to give me authority to sign the consent to assignment and change of control. What that means is that the contract can be turned over to Forefront Power from SunEdison. And this will allow the authority, the appropriate authority to have this happen. We need a resolution also to give me authority to sign the site interconnection form, which is the contract between the town and National Grid to assure the actual connection to the solar park. Form K, correct. We'll do those both separately. Is that the better way?
They can be together.
We'll do it together. So I'll make a motion to for me to sign the consent to assignment and change of control, as well as the site interconnection form. Is there a second?
I'll move that.
Second.
Can we get a roll call on that?
Okay, was it Kenny and Aronica?
Yeah.
Kenny? Aye. Aronica?
Aye.
Billika?
Aye.
Madigan?
Aye.
McMurray?
Aye. Okay, that concludes unfinished business. We will now open the floor to public comments. Again, keep your comments to 2 minutes, state your name, and thank you.
I'm here tonight as the president of a company that has hosted your website for the last 8 years. I brought some notes so you guys won't get lost while I make my point. If you have any questions, I'm really here to answer questions because I think there's been some miscommunication. I'm terribly upset about what's happened, and I would love to have you guys have a chance to get the record straight.
Do I get a form?
Oh, you think you want one?
Yes, sir.
If they're your words.
Please, thank you.
Notice the pink boxes.
Thank you.
Those are all the things you said that were lies.
Take it easy, relax.
I'm taking it easy. And we have Cindy here to help, in case there's any questions that nobody has for me at this particular moment. For 8 years, we've hosted the town website. We've maintained it diligently, working hard to make sure the updates were done as fast as they could be done, make sure they're correct, make any corrections if there were errors, maintain the site so that if there was ever a problem on the server side, that we corrected that immediately. At this point, I think we've done a good job. I think we've done a responsible job, and I think, I'm so angry I could spit. The comments at the workshop meeting, which are on record by your supervisor, are totally false. Now, if anybody has any questions about how the process works, how maintaining the site works, how updating the site works, how transferring a domain works, don't smirk at me.
I haven't even moved my face. Please, sir, listen, you're not allowed to challenge me or sit here and stick your finger at me. You can make your comments, but if you continue to stick your finger at me and act that way, I'm going to ask you to leave.
Can you
So
ask,
keep going.
will you answer questions?
No, this is not a time for me to answer your questions. It's time for you to make your comments. So please proceed.
Okay, well then I'll ask the questions and you can answer them publicly because you're so connected to the internet, all the different means of the media, you can go right online and answer my questions. Why would you say those things? There's 12 things in that statement that are totally false. What have we done to inhibit the process of transferring your domain? I took the entire site down from our server to an independent machine in 10 hours. That means that anybody could have, with the username and password, done exactly the same thing. Did anybody ever ask us for the username and password? No, they didn't. Did anybody ask us for help with the transferring process? No, they didn't. Your comments suggesting that we gave you a link. The link was to your own website. And you had 10 months to transfer those meeting notes and all those different informational files. 10 months to download them. On January 5th or the 7th, you asked me to take the GI.gov site down. What I thought about that was, I said that's a dangerous thing to do because it's going to eliminate the access for anybody to those old files. And do they have the old files online? The answer was, probably not at this point when we look back, because on that particular day we redirected the site to the new domain. Everything fine. A week later we get a call that says the Google search engines are still finding the old pages. So we renamed all of the folders on the site so that those pages would not be accessible to the Google search engines. And that solved that problem. Ultimately, we get a call a week ago, or maybe Cindy can tell us exactly when that was, and asked us if we could give her the files on a thumb drive. We agreed. When we were given the thumb drive 4 days later, we downloaded all the files that she'd asked for and gave them to her. Took less than 2 hours. You had them that day. Can I ask Cindy a question?
No, you cannot. This is not.
Well,
this is
let
not
Cindy
your moment,
answer.
son.
Let
I think
Cindy
you've got
answer
2
to the
minutes.
press. Let
I think
Cindy
your
answer
point.
to the board members.
Wait. I think your point has been made. You're upset about the way I talked about your website.
Big time.
Can you wrap it up for us, please?
I think it was libelous.
Well, I proceed with your actions, sir. Thank you so much. Please have a seat. Are there any comments from the town board? Go ahead, come on up.
Nancy Killian, 10 Ward Park Road. I read Monday's article about the Grand Island bridges, and I have some comments. First of all, the tolls have been collected on the bridges for 82 years, not 90 years, which is stated in the article. And Grand Island residents with non-commercial vehicles pay a 9-cent toll, not an 8-cent toll. This next point is very important. In the article it states, the New York State Thruway Authority Interim Executive Director, Maria C. Lehman, last year defended the tolls as necessary to maintain the bridges and I-190 on Grand Island. Someone needs to inform Ms. Lehman that Grand Island Bridge toll revenue should not be used to maintain the I-190 across Grand Island. No one knows better than me, because I have the law, that was presented to the Federal Highway Administration and was determined we are responsible for maintaining and operating the Grand Island bridges and their proper approaches, which was determined to be the first and last exit before each and every bridge. We are not responsible for maintaining the I-90 on Grand Island. Someone needs to point that out to her. And finally, I wish someone would take a look at the overpass that leads to the Beaver Island State Park. That is in terrible condition, and that is probably the most used overpass on Grand Island. All of the rest of them have been replaced, and they were all constructed at the same time. It is deteriorating so badly, and that is the one overpass that most traffic idles on when we have backed up traffic on the island. That includes buses and trucks idling on that deteriorating overpass. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from the public?
Nancy, I'll bring that up to the Traffic Safety Advisory Board at the next meeting.
Seriously.
We're trying to get a meeting together with one of the state representatives, just on general, so I'll make sure that that's on the agenda.
Thank you.
Diane Evans, 11 LaSalle Court. As chairman of the, chairwoman of the Conservation Advisory Board, we just want to declare our support of the solar law. We had a lot of time to look at it. We made some suggestions. We're very happy with it, so I just want to declare our support.
Thank you. Comments from the town board? Councilman Billica, start with this one.
Nothing tonight.
Councilman Ronick?
Nothing.
Councilman Mankin?
Nothing tonight.
Councilman Kinney?
Nothing here either.
A couple of things I'd like to say based on the comments from the public. First of all, I agree with Nancy. Nancy, we don't agree on a lot of things, but some things we do agree on. And she spent a ton of time with me when I first became supervisor. Several Saturdays. She came in, she has the complete history of the bridges chronicled, and she was kind enough to dig into those chronicles and to teach me a lot, which really helped shape a lot of my opinions on these issues. And she's right. If you look at the original legislation, I want to say this, it doesn't give them the right to use those tolls for anything else except for the bridges and the approachments. And that's why we want a lawsuit. The citizens of Grand Island want a lawsuit to reduce the costs. I've tried to point this out to the powers that be on several occasions. I think the message is starting to get through, Nancy. Slowly but surely it's starting to get through. And I think you're right. So keep believing what you believe, and you've been part of this fight for a long time. Second thing, listen, this gentleman is upset with my comments. Whatever the reason was, we did have difficulty downloading each one of those files. It was a long and difficult process. I will say, he did host the site for a long time, the town site. He was paid for that. He is no longer paid for that. We moved on. I think the new site is great, and it's going to get better. Also, I should mention, there's been a lot of people have reached out to me over the last few days about the Citizen of the Year dinner. I want to say publicly, I know that I've had discussions with the Chamber of Commerce. They went. It was an agonizing decision for them. It's to move it off island. It's not a decision I'm totally supportive of, but I understand. understand why they made the decision, and they have pledged to me to work hard to return the Citizen of the Year dinner to Grand Island next year, which is something I'm very hopeful. I think that needs to be on Grand Island. So with that, I'll make a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting at, well, they did put a lot of time and effort into this. It wasn't a snap judgment, but they are also very hopeful it comes back. So that for those who are in the community wondering. A motion to adjourn. Sure, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I know this is.
Sure, go
I
ahead.
just wanted to make sure that everybody, the council and supervisor are aware, relay, the kickoff for Relay for Life is this Tuesday at 7 o'clock at the middle school. And you're all invited, obviously, everyone's invited, and we're still #1 Grand Island. I can't believe our community is amazing. Over $1.6 million has already been raised, and you have anywhere 20,000 people on this island.
Can you come to the mic and tell people what it is, what they don't know? Is that okay? Or you're not comfortable with that?
Oh, I'm uncomfortable, I
Okay.
just didn't want to interrupt your
So
meeting.
a lot of people don't know what it is. Most people do, but go ahead.
Well, I'm the retired tri-chairperson for Relay for Life, and actually, the high school students, we aren't having a lot of volunteers anymore in the high school area anymore. I'm kind of sad about that because I'm sure you all understand what Relay for Life, the American Cancer Society raised money, helping people, with their diagnosis for, clinical trials and research. And we used to have a huge outpouring of support from high school students, and we're kind of losing that. We're kind of sad about that, but I know that you all understand what cancer is, and somebody in your life has been touched by it, I'm sure. So we got to put the word out there. To let you know, this year's honorary, we have 2 honorary survivors. Mark Gordon, I'm sure you know Mr. Gordon. Everybody knows Mr. Gordon. He is one of our survivors this year, along with a student from St. Stephen's. So we're doing the teacher-student area theme this year.
So
And
someone has to be walking the entire time.
they,
For how long?
Yeah, one person from every team is supposed to be on the track at all times because cancer never sleeps. So we never sleep.
So it's an all-night thing
So no.
where
Well,
people hang out, they have
yeah,
fun.
we're stopping at 12 o'clock instead of
Oh,
all
sorry.
night. But I'm not pointing to the high school students. I just want you to know that your involvement is very important. And Grand Island, over $1.6 million. That is absolutely amazing to me. And I'm just going to put this real quick little story. We all know Mary Dunbar. Everybody knows Mary. And when she went into her clinical trial not too long ago, that was it. That had to work. If that didn't work, we were out of options. She's no longer in the clinical trial. Oh my gosh, it's a slap in the face. It's over. Guess what? In that short time, from the time she went in that clinical trial, they've come up with 3 more options for her. Our dollars are working. Your hard work is working. She is every day stronger and stronger. So it is amazing to me what the research shows and what our dollars, what we do. So just putting it out there, please, please, please keep it going. Keep, the support we get from the town board, we so appreciate it. And keep the prayers going. And Beth, I know you
I
look
want to thank you
wonderful.
for all you do.
You look wonderful, and I'm so happy that things are
Thank
going
you.
well.
It's a real struggle. I've been diagnosed with cancer, and I'm in the middle of my battle. And hopefully, I'm going to be out there on that track as one of your survivors
Right.
every single year.
Absolutely, and we appreciate that. So, to your wife and everybody, thank you so much for this time.
Well said.
Thank you.
And I'd like to add, thanks for the passion and the effort you put into this. It's incredible. Thank you.
Thank you.
So,
Nate, I'd just like to say
Go
one
ahead, sure.
thing.
Go ahead.
I think we should really look at the record of what was said and what is the facts regarding the IT. I know that Reg had left before you made your comment. I'm not convinced that what was said during the workshop is consistent with what was actually occurred. I think we should correct the record.
So
If
let
there
me-
was
let
something
me
that was
just-
said
let me
that was
defend the
incorrect, I think we should correct the record.
well, first of all, if that gentleman wants to talk about libel, I'd love to have that discussion. McMurray said the old content manager, Giacom, gave the town a link to a site. The town board meeting information packets were all listed individually. Absolutely true.
Listen, he's not here to defend himself right now, and you didn't give him a chance to talk. So I
Okay,
don't think it's
why don't we invite him into a town workshop?
Right.
No, we'll have,
And that's
we'll have a
what my
discussion.
concern was
Yeah.
that you responded after he left.
Well, he
It would've been
made the
better.
decision to leave. I wasn't gonna have a debate with him here.
Well,
I wasn't
You
prepared for a
decided to
formal.
speak after he left. It's just, it would have been better if you had the exchange while he
We
was
had
here.
another meeting.
Okay,
He doesn't
sure.
have a chance to.
Sure. But again, if we're gonna talk libel, that's a fantastic discussion to have. I'd love to have that discussion. With that, any other comments? We'll adjourn tonight's meeting. What time is it right now? 8:36. All in favor? We're good? We're adjourned. Guys, you can come on up.
Not yet.
Memorial.
What's that?
Read the memorial.
Oops. Motion is ordered to adjourn tonight's meeting at 8:36. Please rise tonight. We observe a moment of silence in memory of Caroline Ingaro, Charles Alamo, Reverend Harold Tyson Jr., Alma Sen, Mary Bonner, Carlene Gerber, Betty Marshall, Keith Chandra, Florence Roberts, David Hollingworth. Meeting adjourned.
Well, it was a short and lively meeting. Hope you guys got something out of that. If there's any other questions, feel free to shoot them in the comments. And thank you for the birthday wishes. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.